Sheel Chandra and his brother came from Simla to Delhi in the early 70s. They had little money then, but they did have a love for carpets, which they began to acquire from across the world. Chandra may have made his carpets a lucrative business today, but he says hundreds of his pieces actually belong in a museum, a carpet museum that he's determined to create.
We have to try. But we have, you see, we have some very old carpets, very, very old, and some in very good condition. I mean, we don't have to, I think we have the material to have a carpet museum, but we don't have a place at the moment.
As his nephew Dhruv Chandra takes us through some of the collections, the idea of a carpet museum indeed makes sense. Here's a glimpse into one collection and the story behind it.
So this was a collection which we've just recently acquired from Maharaja in Rajasthan, and this gentleman's grandfather collected these between 1880 and 1920. This is one of the best collections of fine Persian decorative carpets. This particular one that we have here on our left is a Persian Lavar Kirman. Lavar is this very small town near Kerman. And Kerman is a very famous city in Iran, known for producing some of the most decorative, fabulous carpets. If you see the calligraphy done in the center field, if you look at the blue base ground, this is where you have some of the poetry. It's most probably poetry written to signify the beauty of the piece. So there was a gentleman called Dabir who used to make carpets for the Shah of Iran. There were two very eminent weavers in Kashan. One was Mohtasham. He used to make them between 1880 and 1910 or so. This one is from Dabir's workshop. The Dabir carpets are actually known for their fantastic sense of styling. The colors, the drawings are really beautifully done. So, you know, the most famous carpets that were ever made in the history of carpet making are called the Safavid carpets. They're, in my view, the golden era of making rugs. And these were commissioned by the Safavid dynasty in the 16th century. King Akbar, who was the great Mughal emperor, brought in master weavers from Iran to teach the prisoners in the jails how to weave carpets. Because these were made for Emperor Akbar, were some of the best carpets that were ever made in the history of carpet making. So these were also famously known as the Pashmina jail carpets. Very few of those carpets have survived the torrid Indian conditions, and it was once the Mughals left India and the British came in, they revived the jail weavings in the Indian prisons.
Dhruv won't reveal which Rajasthani royal originally owned this collection, but the Chandras now have 26 of the 33 carpets from that collection. They are for sale, but like his uncle, Dhruv says many of them are destined for a museum, a project that has now become a driving ambition for this carpet family. With Radhika Bodia in New Delhi, Anusya Mathur for NDTV.